Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kirpa classes. Our today's topic is graphical representation of linear equations. We have already learned that equations means that the left hand side and right hand side of the equation are equal. And the word linear in the linear equation means that when we draw the equation in the form of a graph, it is in a straight line. After going through this course, the students will understand that any equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0 is called a linear equation in two variables. And the highest power of the variables, that is x and y, is only 1. The numbers which are multiplied to the variable, that is the a and b, are called coefficient. The geometrical representation or graphical representation of a linear equation in two variables is a straight line. It can take the shape of, say, this, or it can take the shape of this, or it can take the shape of this in negative, or it can take the shape of this. It can take any shape, but in the form of a straight line. The solution of a linear equation is not factored when the same number is added to both the sides. Suppose we add 4 to both the sides, then what will it become? It will become 4 plus x plus y is equal to 20. If we solve it, it will again become x plus y is equal to 16. In the same way, if we subtract the same number from both sides, say 2 we subtract, then again it will become x plus y is equal to 14. Here minus 2 will become plus, it will again become 16. That is, if we add the same number or deduct the same number from both sides of the equation, that is the left hand side and the right hand side, no effect is made on the linear equation. In the same way, if we divide both sides of the equation, that is the left hand side and right hand side of the equation, by the same number, then it will also have no effect. Now, if you have linear equation in one variable, then it can be drawn in the form of number line. It can be drawn. Suppose y is equal to 8, then this is y, then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then this is the y is equal to 8. That is you can make the graphical representation of linear equation in one variable on the number line itself. Here it will be in negative, but in the case of two variables, when we are to draw the equation in graphically, we will have to find out the 2 points which can be joined together so that we can form the graph. The graph can take the shape of, say, this one, or it can take the shape of this one, because if the points we have find out are this and this, then it will take the form of straight line. It can also take this shape if the values are in negative. It can also take this shape if the values are here and here. That is, here we will solve this equation so that we can understand this equation. Suppose this equation is given and we have been asked to draw the graphical representation of this equation, then we will have to find out the values of x and y. That is, we will have to find out only the values of x and y. That is, we can say that the value of x is 4, y is 4, it is 8. The value of x is 2, the value of y is 8, it is also same. Value of x is 3, value of y is 5, it is also. That is, on the basis of any of these solutions, we can form the graph, and ultimately if we say we take 4, it may take 1, 2, 3, 4. This is maybe 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is the 4. First solution is this. Then in the case of first solution, we can say that this is the first point, and in the case of second, we can say that this is 2, the next point is 6. Here we can say that it is 6 here. Then the second point will be somewhat here. Then we will form these 2 points, and it is in straight line. That is, you have to only take 2 solutions of x and y, and you will join both these 2 points where the values of x and y meet. This is the first point where a value of x and y meet. This is the second point. There can be any number of points you can form, and it will be always in the straight line, because linear equation in 2 variables or linear equation in 1 variable means that the equation, when drawn on the graph, it will be always in the form of a straight line. We will now solve many questions pertaining to the graphical representation, and hope you will understand the concept of linear equation in 1 variable and 2 variable, and how to draw it in the form of geometry or graphical representation. You will understand the concept in a very simple manner. Now the question before us is, give the geometric representation of y is equal to 3 as an equation in 1 variable. We have already learnt that in the case of linear equation in 1 variable, there is only one variable which is given in the equation. The variable may be x or y or p or q or t or any other alphabet. So here, when we are to draw the geometrical representation of linear equation in 1 variable, we have to draw a number line. This is the number line. Here we write it 0, here 1, here 2, it is 3, it is 4, it is y-axis, y number line. Here it is -1, -2, -3. Now we have drawn the number line. Here we are to simply pinpoint the value of y is equal to 3. Here it is y is equal to 3. We have been able to draw the geometrical representation of y is equal to 3 on the number line. Now the next question before us is, give the geometric representation of y is equal to 3 as an equation in 2 variables. We have already learnt that in the case of 2 variables, the linear equation may take the shape of x plus y is equal to 15. Here I am only telling you about the formation of linear equation. This is not to be written in the exam. It may be in the form of 2x plus 3y is equal to 20, or it may be 2x plus 7y minus 20 is equal to 0. That is, in this case, you will see that these are two variables, x and y. In place of x and y, there may be variable written as pq or rs or yz. So here you will find that in the question there is only one variable given. Wherever, as per the question, we are to draw the geometric representation of an equation in two variables. That is, one variable is less given in this question. So here we will have to add the variable. What is given? It is given. So we add variable x. How we will add? We will write 0x plus y is equal to 3. If we draw 0x, it means that even if the value of x is 1, suppose the value of x is 1, when it is multiplied with 0, it becomes 0. If the value of x is something else, say 7 when multiplied with 0 becomes 0. So ultimately, y will remain as equal to 3. That is, there is no problem if we write it as 0x, value as 0x. So now, for making the geometrical representation, suppose this is y-axis, this is x-axis. When we are to draw the geometrical representation, or we have to form the graph may be take the shape of this one, or this one. Graph may be of any shape. It is a straight line, or it may be of any shape, such like this. It may be of any shape, which is a straight line. To draw a graph, we should have at least 2 points. That is, maybe here and here, here and here. That is at least 2 points. Suppose we are having these 2 points, and on the basis of this, we are drawing this straight line, or we are drawing the graph, or making the geometrical representation. But for drawing these 2 points, we should have the value of y at this point, value of x at this point, because it will be formed by this way. If we want the value of at this point, if we want to draw the point at this point, for this we have to value of y at this place and value of x at this place. At this place x, at this place x, this place y, at this place y. That is, we should have at least 2 solutions of x and y, which when put into the equation will serve the purpose. How? We can understand the same also. That is, if we write x plus y is equal to 15, we can say that x is 8, y is 7, then it is 15. We can write x is equal to 7, y is equal to 8. That is, we have to find out at least 2 solutions in respect of x and y which satisfy the equation. In other case, we can say that if we say that x is 15, y is 8, it becomes 23. Then it does not satisfy the equation if x plus y is 15. In this case, y is equal to 3. So we will have to here. Now we come to the main question. In this case, we have to find the at least 2 solutions of x and y so that we can form the graph. I hope you have understood the basic points so that you can form a graph. So here we will draw a table. Here we write x, here we write y. First of all, let x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, then what will happen? 0x plus y is equal to 3. That is, y is equal to 3. Now let x is equal to 1. Then what will happen? 0 into 1 plus y is equal to 3. Then it will be again 0 plus y is equal to 3. y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. We will now form the graph on the basis of these two solutions. What are the solutions which we have obtained? 0, 3. This is the first solution. Next is 3. This is the second solution. While writing the solution, please note that the value of x is written first, value of y is written after that. Again, value of x has been written first, value of y has been written next. Now we will form the graphical representation or geometrical representation. This is the y-axis, this is x-axis. So now 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here it is minus x-axis. Here it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on the basis of the solutions which we have find out, that is on the basis of the values of x and y which we have find out, we will form the graph. Now this is the value of x, this is 0. Here it is 0, value of x is 0. Now the value of y is 3. So here the value of y is 3. Here it is the first point where x is 0, y is 3. Now what is the next solution? Value of y is value of x is 1 and value of y is 3. That is at this point. X and y values are meet. So when we join these 2 points, it will be like this one, straight line. At this point, solutions are 0, 3. At this point, solution of x and y is 1 and 3. Here it is parallel to, it is the equation y is equal to 3. Here we have formed the geometrical representation of y is equal to 3, where we have assumed the value of, we have assumed the other variable which was not given in the question. If y variable is given, then we will assume x variable. If x variable is given, we will assume y variable, and on the basis of that we will find out the two solutions of x and y which fit into the equation. Next question, give the geometric representation of 2x plus 9 is equal to 0 as an equation in one variable. This is a very simple question. Here it is given 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. In the other case, we can also say it as 2x is equal to, here 9 will go to the left right hand side and it will become minus 9. Value of x comes minus 9 over 2, or we can say it as minus 4.5. In the case of geometric representation of linear equation in one variable, we are to simply draw a number line. This is the number line. Here value is 0, here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, here it is 5. Here we will write minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So what is given? X is equal to minus 4.5. Minus 4.5 will lie somewhere here. X is equal to minus 4.5. 5. Now this is the geometrical representation of the equation 2x plus 9. Now the next question before us is, we are to represent the same equation in two variables. As already told, when that in this question here only one variable is given. So when one variable is given, we may add y variable in the equation. How we will add? We will take 0y, because even if the value of y is say 5, when it will be multiplied with 0, it becomes 0. Even if the value of y is somewhat more, say y is 20, when multiplied with 0, it becomes 0. So it does not affect the equation at all. So we may write it as in this way. So in other way, we can write it as 2x plus 0y is equal to minus 9. So now we are to find out the two solutions of x and y which fit into the equation. Suppose we let y is equal to 0, then what happens? We will form here a small table where we will write the solutions or the values which will be arrived at. Here we have assumed the value of y is equal to 0. When value of y is 0, what will happen? 2x plus 0 into 0 is equal to minus 9. 2x is equal to minus 9. X is equal to minus 9 over 2 minus 4.5. Now, when we say let y is equal to 1, what will happen? 2x plus 1, 0 into 1, because it is 0y. Value of y is 1. 2x into 2x plus 0 into 1 is equal to minus 9. Then 2x plus 0 into 1 becomes 0. Minus 9. 2x is equal to minus 9. X is equal to minus 4.5. So here again value of x comes 4.5 and value of y is 1. So here we will form the graphical representation of this equation. Here it is y axis, it is x axis, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what is given? Here it is given that value of x is minus 4.5. Here it is minus 4.5 somewhere here. And y is 0. That is the first point is this, where value of x is minus 4.5 and the value of y is 0. Then the next is value of y is 1 and x is minus 4.5. X is minus 4.5. Value of y is 1. So here it is somewhere here the point comes. That is where x and y fulfill this situation, x is minus 4.5 and y is 1. So here we will join these 2 points and it will be just like this, a straight line. So here the equation is 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. The solutions are here minus 4.5, the value of y is 1. Here at this point it is minus 4.5 and here the value of y is 0, because we are to write the values of x first followed by the value of y. First we have written this value minus 4.50, then this is this value which has been written on the upper side. Now this is the geometrical representation of the equation which was given to us in the examination. You can also write the solutions here, minus 4.50, next solution minus 4.5 and 1. I hope you might have understood the concept that in case only one variable is given, then we have to add other variable in the case of linear equation in two variables. The question before us is, draw the graph of each of the following linear equations in two variables. The equation given is x plus y is equal to 4. Now in the case of linear equation in two variables, when we are to draw the graph, as you know that the linear equation in two variables is in the form of a straight line. The straight line can be in the form of this one, or it can be in the form of this, or it can be in the form of this. Any form of straight line may be there. Now for drawing the graph of a linear equation in two variables, we must have 2 points so that we can join these 2 points and form a straight line. In the case of here, we must have any 2 points, maybe more than that, at least 2 points. That is, we have to draw or we have to plot the 2 points on the graph so that we can join the same. Here we will have to find the value of y which is corresponding. Here we will have to draw the value of x, here y. Here again we will have to draw the value of calculate the value of y, and here the value of y, value of x, so that we can form the graph. In the same way, if this is the straight line which will be formed, we will here find out the value of x and y, here again x and y. So in you are not to write this in the exam. I am only explaining you the concept how we will solve the question. So we will have to find out the two values of x and y which satisfy the equation. That is it. For the purpose of example, we can say that the x of y value may be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Value of x is 2, y is 2. It can be 0 plus 4, or it can be 4 plus 0, or anything else. So here, let the value of x is equal to 0. Here we will form a table where we will write the values of x and y. Here we have assumed the value of x is equal to 0. Now equation given is x plus y is equal to 4. Value of x is 0, y is 4. Then the value of y becomes 4. Now let the value of let y is equal to 0. What will happen? The equation given is x plus y is equal to 4. When y is 0, x will become 4. Now what is the value of y? It is 0. What is the value of x? It is 4. Now we will draw the graph on the basis of the values of x and y which we have arrived at. The solutions which we have find out are 0, 4, that is the value of x is written first, value of y after that. Here again value of x will be written first, value of y will be written after that. Here on the basis of these two solutions for the values of x and y which have been find out in two cases, on the basis of that we will be forming the equation, forming the graph. Here this is x-axis, it is y-axis. Here the value of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, -4. Now what is the values of x and y? The value of x is 0, here 0. Value of y is 4. Here it is the first point. On the basis of the first solution, we have drawn the first point. Drawn the first point on the, or plotted the first point on the graph. Then in the second case, value of x is 4, the value of y is here 0. So now we will join both these 2 points. Here it has been roughly drawn, or I have been unable to join the both properly. Here it will be in this form. So here the value of equation is x plus y is equal to 4. Here we will write the value of x and y. What is here? It is 0, 4. Here the points which has been plotted, the values of x and y are, value of x is 4, value of y is 0. So here we have formed the graphical representation of linear equation in two variables, that is x plus y is equal to 4. Now here this is the equation which has been given to us. In the same way we have to draw the 2 points which can be plotted on the graph so that we can join the same, and to find out those 2 points which have to be drawn on this paper, we will have to find out the two solutions of x and y. So here we will assume the values of x and y. In the first case we assume the value of x is equal to 0. The equation given is x minus y is equal to 2. In the same way we will here form the table, small table, where we will write the values of x and y which we will be calculating. X is 0, then what will happen? We will put the values here. Minus y is equal to 2, and here y becomes minus 2 because we will divide both sides by minus, and the result will be y is equal to minus 2. Then let y is equal to 0. What will happen? X minus y is equal to 2. X minus 0 is equal to 2. The value of x is 2. So now what is the value of y, it is -2. Then what is the value of x here? In the second case, it is 2. Value of y is 0. So now on the basis of these two solutions, that is, here we will write first the value of x, then the value of y. That is the first we have taken this value, and after that we have taken this value. These are the two solutions, 0, -2, 2, 0. Now we will draw the graph on the basis of these solutions which have been arrived at by us. So now what will happen? We will see. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. Now what is the first solution? Here the value of x is 0 and the value of y is -2. That is the first point which is to be plotted. Here is this one. Now the next solution is value of x is 2 and the value of y is 0. Here this is the second point which we can plot. Now we are to join both these 2 points. Now it will be something like this. Now what is the equation? It is x minus y is equal to 2. We will write here. Now here we will also mention the solutions on the basis of which we have drawn these 2 points. Now here the value of x is 2, value of y is 0. Here the value of x is 0. First we will write this solution 0, value of x, then the value of y is to be written. That is, we are to mention both the solutions on this geometrical representation. That is, on this straight line we will mention not only 2 solutions but also the equation. This is the equation. These are the 2 solutions. We are to mention both these. Now we come to the third question. Here it is written as y is equal to 3x. Now we will fill the values of in the same way as we have done the questions earlier. We will assume the values of x and y. Now as already told, that in such type of cases where we are to draw the graph, we have to find out the 2 points which can be plotted, and these 2 points can be plotted when we know the 2 solutions of x and y. That is, we have to find out the value of x and y at 2 points which can be joined together, and on the basis of that the graph will be formed. Here we will assume x is equal to 0. Now what is the equation given? Equation given is y is equal to 3x. Then y will become 3 into 0, that is 0. Here we will form the small table where we will fill the values of x and y. When x is 0, y is 0. Now we will assume let x is equal to 1. What happens? The equation given is y is equal to 3x. What will happen? Y into 3 into 1. Y is equal to 3. Now when x is 1, y is 3. Now the solutions which we have arrived at in respect of x and y are value of x is 0 y 0. Next, the value of x is 1, value of y is 3. That is, we are to write the solutions in this way. Value of x first, value of y after that. These are the two solutions which we have arrived at, and on the basis of these two solutions, we will form the geometrical representation or graphical representation of the linear equation in two variables. Now, here we draw this is y-axis. Here we form the x-axis. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4. Here it will be in +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it will be in -1, -2, -3. So now what will happen? Now we will fill in the values of x and y and draw a point, and we'll find out the 2 points which will be formed on the basis of these two solutions. Now, what is the first point which can be formed is where value of x is 0 and y is 0. Here it is the first point. That is, here the solution x and y is 0, 0. This is the x and y. Now, what is the another? The value of x is 1 and value of y is 3. That is, it is here where the value of y is 3 and value of x is 1. That is, we will join these 2 points. Here we will join. It will be some like this. You can use your anything which can form the straight line. By joining these 2 points, that is, here the value of x and y is, here value of x is this 1 and value of y is 3. You are to write the solutions at each of the points which you join, and you are also to write the equation. What is the equation? Y is equal to 3x. In the nutshell, we can say that when we are to form the graphical representation of linear equation in two variables, we will have to find out the 2 points which can be joined together, and to find out those 2 points, we will have to find out the two solutions of x and y which satisfy the equation. And after finding out the two values of x and two values of y which satisfy the equation, we will form the 2 points on the graph, and we will join both these 2 points, and on the basis of that our graphical representation will be formed. Now the question before us is, give the equations of two lines passing through 214. How many more such lines are there and why? Firstly, we should understand what is the meaning of give the equations of two lines passing through 2, 14. It means that we are to write two equations where solution is 2, 14. That is, we are to write two equations. You know the meaning of equation where left hand side is equal to right hand side. That is where x is 2 and y is 14. that is the value of x in that equation should be 2 and the value of y should be 14. So the equation of two lines can be, what can be the equations which satisfy this equation, that is the value of x is 2 and value of y is 14. What will be the result? X plus y. If x is 2, y is 14, then what will be the equation? X plus y is equal to 16. Then another, what can be the equation? It can be, suppose 7x minus y is equal to 0. In that case, 7x means 7 multiplied by 2, 14. 14 minus 14 is equal to 0. That is, these two equations follow these two equations have the values of x and y as 2 and 14, and these two equations can be this and this, which pass through 2, 14, which satisfy the equation. If we put the values of x and y in this equation, if we put the values of x and y, then what will be? Then left hand side is equal to right hand side. If here x is 2, y is 14, that is it, here it becomes 16, 16 is equal to 16. Here if we put the values of x and y, then 14 minus 14, 0 is equal to 0. That is left hand side will become is equal to left hand side. There can be many more such equations which can have the value of x is equal to 2 and the value of y as 14. For example, it can be 14x minus 2y is equal to 0. That is 14 into x, 28, minus 2 into 14, 28, 28 minus 28, 0. Or it can be y minus x is equal to 12. If we put the value of y, it is 14. 14 minus x, x is 2. 14 minus 2 is equal to 12. That is, many such equations can be formed where the values of x is 2 and the value of y is 14. So now we will come to the conclusion. Since infinite number of line pass through one point, one specific point. So infinite number of lines pass through one specific point. So there are infinitely many lines that pass through to 14. For example, we can understand in this way that suppose this is the point where the value of x is 2 and value of y is 14. So how many lines can pass through? Line can pass through in this way, line can pass through in this way, line can pass through in this way. Touching this point, it can be in this way, it can be in this way, or it can be in this way. These can be infinite number of lines which have the value of x is 2 and value of y as 14. So the answer is this. So there are infinitely many lines that pass through this, and the first is give the equations of two lines. These are the two equations which pass through 2 and 14. Now we come to the next question. If the point 3, 4 lies on the graph of the equation 3y equal to ax is equal to 7, find the value of a. From the question, we find the solution given as, what is the solution given? 3, 4. This is the solution 3, 4. So x is 3, y is 4. What is the equation given? 3y is equal to ax plus 7. If we put the values of x and y in this equation, what will happen? Let us see. 3 into 4, a into 3 plus 7. Now what happens? It becomes 3a plus 7. Then what happens? 3a is equal to 12 minus 7. What is the value of a? A is 5 over 3. This is the answer. That is, the equation is given. We have to simply fill the values of x and y, because here it is the solution given. As already told that when a solution is given, the value of x is first and after that comes the value of y. We have to simply take the values of x and y from the solution given, and we have to fill the same in the given equation, and according on the basis of that we can find out the value of coefficient a, and this is given 5 over 3. Now the question before us is, the taxi fare in a city is as follows. For the first kilometer, the fare is rupees 8, and for the subsequent distance, it is rupees 5 per kilometer. Taking the distance covered as x kilometer and the total fare as rupees y, write a linear equation for this information and draw its graph. We will understand this question with the help of a picture. Let us see what happens. Suppose this is the total distance from here to here. It is x kilometer. Okay. This point to this point, it is x kilometer. Now what is next given? Fare for first kilometer, it is rupees 8. Suppose this is the first kilometer. 1 kilometer. What is the rate? Here the rate is from here to here, it is rupees 5 per kilometer. 8, rupees 8. For the first kilometer, it is rupees 8. Then for the subsequent distance, that is from here to onward, what is the rate? It is rupees 5. It is also given that overall the rate or the total fare is rupees y. Here the total distance x. We hope you have understood that the total distance x kilometer. For the first kilometer, the rate fare is 8 kilometer, and after that, whatever distance is covered, the rate charge is rupees 5 per kilometer. Now we will write it here. What is given first? Total fare, total distance is x kilometer, total fare y. Now what is given? Fare for first kilometer. First kilometer it is rupees 8. Fare for subsequent distance, that is after 1 kilometer, the rate is rupee 5 per kilometer. So what we have here arrived at, that if total distance is x kilometer, here we have find out that the total distance is x kilometer, then distance covered after 1 kilometer. How many distance has been covered after 1 kilometer? It is x minus 1. From here to here it is x minus 1, because total is x. If we deduct 1 kilometer from x, it will be x minus 1 kilometer. That is, we can say that fare for distance covered after 1 kilometer. From here to here, whatever distance is covered, what is the fare charge? The fare charge will be the rate into distance traveled. What is the rate after 1 kilometer? It is 5. And what is the distance after 1 kilometer? It is x minus 1. Now what is, it will be 5x minus 5. So now according to the question, what is given? Total fare is equal to fare for first kilometer plus fare for distance after 1 kilometer. Here what is the total fare? It is given y. What is the fare for first kilometer? It is only 8. And what is the fare of for distance after 1 kilometer? It is, here it is given, which we have arrived at 5x minus 5. So on the basis of this, we can say that y is equal to 8 minus 5, 3, 5x plus 3. Here we have arrived at the equation. Now we will solve this equation. What is, we have arrived at y is equal to 5x plus 3. Okay, we have arrived at this equation. Now we will solve this equation. How? We will fill in the values of, assume the values of x and y. Here we will form a graph. To form the graph, we will have to draw at least 2 solutions. That is, we have to find the values of x and y on 2 points so that we can draw 2 points on the graph. So this is the equation. Now we will solve the equation. How? When suppose we let that x is 0, what will happen? The equation is y is equal to 5x plus 3. What will be formed? 5 into 0 plus 3, value of y will be 3. So when x is 0, value of y is 3. Now when we let y is equal to 0, what will happen? Y is equal to, this is the equation, 0 is equal to 5x plus 3, or in other words we can say that 5x is equal to minus 3, because 3 will go to the other side and it will become minus, and x will be is equal to minus 3 over 5. We can also write it as 0.6, minus 0.6, minus 0.6. So now what is the value of g here? Minus 0.6. What is the value of y? It is 0. Now the points which are to be plotted on this are 0, 3. Here it is the value of x, it is the value of y. And what is the another solution? Minus 0.60. It is the another solution. And on the basis of these two solutions, we will now draw the graph. Now let us see how we form the graph. Y-axis, x-axis, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now what we will do? We will put in the values of x and y to find out the points to be plotted. Now the first point is where value of x is 0, here value of x is 0, y value is 3. This is the first point. Where value of x is 0, value of y is 3. This is the first point. Now we come to the next point, which will be minus 0.6. That is, it will be somewhat here. Minus 0.6. It will be here. And what is the value of y? It is 0. That is, the point will be lie somewhat here, where x is minus 0.6 and the value of y is 0. So we will now join both these 2 points. You can draw this straight line because I am unable to join the same in the correct manner. You have to join these 2 points and draw a straight line. Here we will also write the equation y is equal to 5x plus 3. We have here drawn this solution. We have also mentioned here minus 0.60. So here we have formed the graph on the basis of the solutions which we had arrived at. We hope you have understood the question in a very simple manner. Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kripa classes. Our today's topic is graphical representation of linear equations part 2. As already told that in the case of linear equations, there is a word linear. The word linear means that when the equation is drawn on the graph, it forms a straight line. The equation means that the right hand side and the left hand side are equal. In part 1, we have solved these questions. These 6 questions have already been solved in our part 1. Now, after going this course, you will understand that any equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0, is called a linear equation in two variables. It is to be noted here that the power of the two variables, that is x and y, in the equation is 1. The number multiplied to the variable, that is in this case a and b, is called coefficient and c is constant. The geometrical representation of a linear equation in two variables is a straight line. That is, the equation can be in this form, straight line, or it can be in this way, or it can be in this way, or it can be in this way. But the equation will be always in a straight line. The solution of the linear equation is not affected when the both sides of the equation are multiplied, added, subtracted by the same number. That is, if this equation is, say, x plus y is equal to 5, if we add 5 on both sides, or if we divide both sides by 5, or if we deduct 5 from both sides, or if we multiply 5 on both sides, it will have no effect on the linear equation. We here give an example of a linear equation x plus y is equal to 8. Here, if this equation is given is y is equal to 8, it is a linear equation, one variable, and it can be graphically represented in this form: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is the graphical representation of a linear equation in one variable, but this is the linear equation in two variables, where this is the one variable, this is the another variable. When we are to draw or to make the geometrical representation of the equation, we have to find two solutions. In this case, we can consider it as 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, 6 plus 2 is equal to 8, or 2 plus 6 is equal to 8, or 1 plus 7 is equal to 8, or 10 minus 3 is equal 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. So all these can be the possible solutions, and on the basis of any of two these solutions we can form the graph. Let us have an overview of the same so that we can form. This is only for ready reference. If we take 4 plus 4, this is the 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the x-axis, this is y-axis, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. When you will solve the questions in this course further, you will have a clear view of the same. Here it is 4 plus 4, here that is it will come here. That is the first point will be here. You can take any other. 6 plus 2, that is the value of c is a value of x is 6. So here it is 6. The another is value of y is 2. That is the another point is 2. Here you can join both these 2 points. It will be in the form of a straight line. It can be also possible that another equation may also be given in the question. Say x plus y is equal to 13. In the same way, you will have to find out the solutions. It may be 5 plus 8 is equal to 13. Then again, you will have to form the graph on the basis of the same. That is 7. This is the 7. This is the x. this is 7, this is the 6, 6 may be somewhat like here, this is 5, 6, this is 7, 7, here it becomes 5, it is 6. So first point will be here, another will be 5, 8, 5, you can take it otherwise, 8 plus, you can take it 7 plus 6, you can take it 6 plus 7, because otherwise it will be out of our range. 6 plus 7, here it is 6, 7 will be, here it will be again out of our range, however we will try to same. Here it will be somewhat here, here it is 6, it is 7, you can join both these 2 points. Course here we are going to do in this chapter, we are going to solve the linear equation in which are where there are 2 pairs of equations, and in this way when there will be 2 equations you will have to find out the 2 solutions, that is 2 points, this point, this point, this point and this point, you will have to find out the 2 solutions and you will have to draw the graph accordingly. I hope you might have understood how we are going to solve these questions. Now the question before us is, in countries like USA and Canada, the temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, whereas in countries like India, it is measured in Celsius. Here is a linear equation that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. This is the equation. Now what is we are to do? Draw the graph of the linear equation above using Celsius for x-axis and Fahrenheit for y-axis. Here, this equation is the equation of linear equation in 2 variables. This is the first variable f, this is the second variable c. We will write this equation here because we are to start the answer. C plus 32. Now when we are to draw the graph, I will like to have an overview how we form the graph. When we are to form the graph, we require at least 2 points which can be connected. It can be in this way, it can be in this way. At least 2 points so that we can draw the graph. And this graph is in the form of a straight line, because the word linear in the linear equation means that the graph is in the form of a straight line. So when we are to draw the graph, suppose here are the 2 points which we get, one here, then we will have to find the 2 values, here y, here x, which is corresponds to this. If it is this is the point selected, we will have to find the value of y and x, that is we will have to find at least 2 solutions so that we can draw the graph. This is only for your understanding the question. Now we will start solving this question. This is the equation. Now what? To draw the graph, we will have to find 2 solutions. What is the meaning of 2 solutions? 2 solutions means 2 values of f and c which satisfy the equation. I can explain you this concept with the help of an example. Suppose this is x plus y, this is the equation, is equal to 2. Now what will be the likely values of x and y which can satisfy the equation? Either x1 plus y1 is equal to 2. That is, the value of x should be 1, y should be 1. It can also be possible that if we take the value of x as 4 and value of y as minus 2, this also satisfies this equation. If we take the value of x as 4, value of y as minus 2, it can be also possible that if we take the value of y as 6 and value of x as minus 4, it also satisfies the equation. In the same way, we will have to derive two solutions. Just as this was the one solution, this was the another solution. This was the one solution, this was the another solution. In the same way, in this case, we will have to find the two solutions. So let C is equal to 0. Then we will fill the value of 0 here. Which will come? F is equal to 9/5 into 0 plus 35. Then what will happen? When we multiply 9/5 is 0, it becomes 0. So it leads to F is equal to 0 plus 32. It leads to F is equal to 32. So now we let C is equal to minus 10. What will happen? Then F is equal to 9/5 into minus 10 plus 32. It will lead to, here we can cut minus 2. So it will become F is equal to minus 18 plus 32. It will lead to, it will become 32 minus 18. It will become 14. So we have arrived at two solutions. What are those solutions? The two solutions or points to be plotted on the graph. Graph are, what are those solutions? As already told in earlier questions, that when we are to write these solutions, we will first write x, then y, then x, then y. It may also be added that at least two solutions are required. You may find more than that. That is, you can find, say, 3 solutions to form the graph. To be plotted are, first is this 0, as it is to be, Celsius is to be mentioned on x-axis. We will write Celsius first. What is Celsius? Which has been found out in the first case. C is equal to 0. Then F is equal to 32. Then second solution is minus 10. Then 14. Value of F is 14. So these are the 2 points which we will plot on the graph. The two solutions which we have arrived at are 0, 32, and the other is minus 10, 14. You can also form it in the form of a table, as it will reflect that you know the concept very clearly. Value of F is written here, here minus 10, here 14. So now we will form the graph with the help of these two solutions. This is y-axis, minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, minus 20, minus 25, minus 30, minus 35 point, this point. So here it is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So now this is 5, 10, 15. Here it is shown Celsius. Celsius is shown here. What is shown on this side y-axis? It is Fahrenheit is shown here. So now we are to fill these values on the graph. We are to pinpoint the areas or where the value is of these two is filled. When C is 0, that is, this is Celsius is 0, here it is 0. Then what is Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit is 32. 32 comes here. This is 32. So the first point is this. Next is value of C is minus 10. So here it is minus 10. Fahrenheit is 14. So here the 14 comes, minus 14. So when C is minus 10, Celsius is minus 10, value of Fahrenheit is 14. So this is the second point. We will join both these points. In the exam, you can use any such thing which can join both these 2 points correctly. Here it is. So now this is in the form of somewhat straight line. Here you will also mention the equation 9 over 5 C plus 32, and where these 2 points have been joined together, we are also to write the solutions. Here the value of x-axis or Celsius is 0 and the value of minus 10 and 14 is the value of F, and the here at this point the value of Celsius is 0 and the value of Fahrenheit is 32. As already told in our earlier courses that the value of x is to be written first and the value of y is to be written after that. In this way you can find that the value of x means the value of Celsius is to be written first and after that the value of Fahrenheit to be written. So in this way we have formed the graph on the basis of 2 solutions which we had arrived at. We may add that to form the graph in such like cases, at least 2 points or at least 2 solutions have to be find out. You can find more than that. That is, in the place of these 2 solutions, you can also go in for third solution. And in that case also, this line will be also a straight line, because the meaning of linear equation is that the word linear refers to the point that the equation when drawn on the graph forms a straight line. So now we will come to the next question. If temperature is, what is given? When temperature is 30 degree Celsius, then C is equal to 30. Now what is required? What is the temperature in Fahrenheit? We have to calculate the value of F. This is the equation. So now we will fill the value of C here. What is the value of C? 30 plus 32. So now we will divide 30 by 5. 9 into 6, 54, 54 plus 32, it becomes 86. So the temperature in Fahrenheit is 86 degree Fahrenheit. Now the next point, next question in this. Now the equation given is F is equal to 9 over 5 C plus 32. What is given? If the temperature is -95 degree Fahrenheit, then F is equal to 95. What is the temperature in Celsius? That is, we will have to find the value of C. So we will rewrite this equation here, and we will now fill the value of F. We can also write it is in this way: 9 over 5 C into 95 minus 32. Now what it will become? Is equal to, it will become 95, we subtract 32 from it, it becomes 63. Now what it will lead to? We can also write it as C is equal to 63. It will go to the other side, on the upper side. 5 will go here, 9 will go to lower side. Now we will divide 63 by 9. It will become C is equal to 35. So the temperature in Celsius is 35 degree Celsius. Now the next, if the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So now these are the two situations. Temperature is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, and the next situation is temperature is equal to 0 degree Fahrenheit. So now what is the equation? We will rewrite the equation on the both sides. F is equal to 9 over 5 into C plus 32. Here we will also write it. F is equal to 9 over 5 into C plus 32. When temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, it means that we will put C is equal to 0. So what will we get? F is equal to 9 over 5 into 0 plus 32. When 9 over 5 is multiplied with 0, it becomes 0. So F is equal to 32. So if temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, temperature in Fahrenheit is 32 degree Fahrenheit. This is the first part, this part. Now, if the temperature is 0 degree Fahrenheit, So now we will put the value of F as 0. So F is equal to 0, 9 over 5 into C plus 32. So now we can rewrite it as 9 over 5 C is equal to minus 32, because 32 will go to the other side. So now what will happen? C is equal to minus 32 into 5 will go to upper side and 9 will go to the lower side. So now what will happen? We will multiply this 32 with 5 and we will get 160. Now we will divide it by 9. Let us see what happens. 16 divided by 16 subtraction 9, it becomes 70. 33. So it becomes minus 17.77. So if temperature is 0 degree Fahrenheit, temperature in Celsius is minus 17.77 degree Celsius. So now the next part, is there a temperature which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius? That is, it is given that when F is equal to C or C is equal to F, we will have to find out the temperature which is where numerically both F and C are equal. So what is the equation? F is equal to 9 over 5 into C plus 32. Here we will put the value of F in place of C. That is, this will be removed and here we will put F. So F is equal to 9 over 5 F plus 32. So what will happen? Now we will 9 over 5 F will be taken to the other side. What happens? F is equal to F minus 9 over 5 F is equal to 32. So now 5F minus 9F is equal to 32. So now it becomes minus 4F over 5 is equal to 32. So now what happens? It leads to F is equal to 5 will go to the upper side and minus 4 will go to the lower side. So now what happens? It becomes divided, 32 is divided by 4. It becomes minus 8 into 5 is equal to minus 40. So F is equal to minus 40. Hence, minus 40 degree is the temperature which is, here we will write, which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. So in all these questions, what we have done, that first we have find out the values of C and F. We had find out the two solutions in respect of C and F, Celsius and Fahrenheit, and we had drawn the graph. In another question, the value of C was given and we find out the value of F. In another question, value of Fahrenheit was given and we find out the value of Celsius. And now in this question, we find out the temperature which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. We hope you might have understood the same. Now the question before us is, Yamini and Fatima, two students of class 9 of a school, together contributed rupees 100 towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data. You may take their contributions as rupees X and rupees Y. Draw the graph of the same. So what is written here, that there are two friends which read in a school and they have given some contribution towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund. So now what is given? You may take their contributions as rupees X and rupees Y. We take it respectively. That is, let the contribution of Yamini is equal to rupees X. In the same way, we assume that the contribution of Fatima is rupees Y. Now it is also given in the question that both contributed rupees 100, total contribution. Rupees 100. Who contributed? Yamini and Fatima. What is the contribution of Yamini? It is rupees X plus rupees Y is equal to rupees 100. We can also write it as X plus Y is equal to 100. So this is the linear equation which we have to draw in the form of a graph. So now, as already told, that when we are to form a graph on the basis of a linear equation, we will have to find out the two solutions, that is the 2 points which can be drawn on the graph, which are to be joined together. So now, to draw the graph, we will have to find out at least means you can find out more than two, but at least 2 points are required. You will have to find out at least two solutions or 2 points, two solutions of the equation. What these solutions may be? When X is equal to 0, then what will happen? X plus Y, this is the equation. Now what we will fill the value of X as 0. 0 plus Y is equal to 100. So now what comes? Y is equal to 100. So now when Y is equal to 0, what happens? This is the equation, X plus Y is equal to 100. So X plus 0, Y is 0, is equal to 100. It becomes X is equal to 100. So what are the two solutions we have arrived at? Due to shortage of the space, we are for writing here. So when x was 0, y was 100. When y is 0, x is 100. So what are the two solutions which we have arrived at are 0, 100, 0, 100, next 100, 0. As already told that when we are to write the solutions, we will first write the value of x, then y. Here we have first write the value of x, then y. Then again in the next solution, we have written the value of x first, then y. So these are the 2 points or the 2 solutions which will be plotted on the graph in the form of a graph. So what are the solutions which we have arrived at? When x was 0, y was 100. When y was 0, x was 100. These were the 2 solutions. Now on the basis of this, we will draw the graph. So this is the y-axis. So now here we will form the x-axis. So now this is, we will write the equation now: 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Minus 20, minus 40, minus 60, minus 80. Here minus 20, minus 40. So now what are the 2 points? The first point will be with the help of when x is 0, here it is 0, y is 100. So the first point will be this, which will be plotted. This is the first point. Now the next is when x is 100 and y is 0. So this is the second point. So now we will join both these 2 points. First this point and this is the second point. So let us join. I am unable to draw it correctly. It will be a straight line. So when we are drawing this graph, you have to write the equation here also. X plus y is equal to 100. This is the equation, and here we are also to mention the solutions. Here the value of x is 0, value of y is 100. Here the value of x is 100 and the value of y is 0. So firstly, we assumed the contributions of Yamini and Fatima, and we arrived at 2 solutions which satisfy the equation, and then on the basis of the 2 solutions or the 2 points, we have formed the graph. Hope you might have understood the same in a very simple language. Now the question before us is, Aftab tells his daughter, 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Isn't this interesting? Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. So here a father is having some conversation with his daughter. So now we will first have to assume the age of father and her daughter. Let the current age of Aftab. We assume it as X years. Now we also assume the age of her daughter. Current age of daughter Y years, X and Y. So now what is given in this question? There are two scenarios, 7 years ago and 3 years from now. First we will deal with 7 years ago. Seven years ago, age of Aftab. What will be the age of Aftab 7 years ago? X minus 7. 7 years ago, what will be the age of his daughter? It will be Y minus 7. Okay. Now what is written? It is also written that 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. So what is written? I was 7 times as old as you were then. It means that 7 years ago, that is 7 years ago, I was 7 times, that is X minus 7 is equal to 7 times as old as you were then. That is, age of his daughter has to be multiplied with 7. 7 into Y minus 7. Okay. This is the age which was 7 years ago, age of father. It is the age of daughter. And at that time, the age of father was 7 times. So here we have multiplied. So now we will solve it. X minus 7, 7y minus 49. X minus 7y will go to the other side. It will become negative. Here minus 49, 7 will go to the other side. It is in negative and will become positive. So X minus 7y is equal to minus 42. This is the first equation. Okay, this is the scenario of the first equation, and this is the linear equation in two variables for the first scenario, that is 7 years ago. Now we come to the next 3 years from now. What is the age which we have taken? Let age of Aftab at present, as already discussed, we had assumed that it is X years. Age of daughter, that is the current age, it is Y years, which we have assumed already. So now what is 3 years from now? 3 years from now means or after 3 years from the current date, after 3 years. What will be the age of Aftab after 3 years? After 3 years, Aftab will become 3 years older. So it becomes X plus 3. What will be the age of his daughter after 3 years? At present, the age of his daughter is Y years. After 3 years, she will become Y plus 3 years. So now it is also written that I shall be, as given in the question, here I pertains to his father, her father, that is Aftab. I will be 3 times as old as you will be. Here you pertains to his daughter. So as per this scenario, what happens? Age of Aftab. What is age of Aftab after 3 years? X plus 3. What will be? As old as you will be. He is telling his daughter. What is the age of daughter after 3 years? It is y plus 3. So what is he saying? He is saying that I will be 3 times older. That is 3 multiplied by age of his daughter will be equal to the age of his father after 3 years. So this is the scenario. In the second case, we will open the bracket 3y plus 9. Here 3y will go to the other side and will become negative 9. 3 will go to the other side and will become negative. So what happens? X minus 3y is equal to 6. This is the second equation, second linear equation. That is, two scenarios were given 7 years ago and 3 years after, 3 years from now. We have found out the calculated the linear equation for the both the scenarios. Now what we will have to do? Now we will have to find out 2 points or 2 solutions for each of the equation. That is, we will have to find out the values of x and y in respect of 2 points so that we can form a graph. So now what is the first equation? It is x minus y is equal to minus 42. X minus y is equal to minus 42. X minus 7y. X minus 7y. This is the first scenario. Now to represent this situation, we have so far represented the situation algebraically. This is the algebraic representation. Now to represent this situation graphically, we will have to calculate two solutions or points which are to be plotted. We can understood this point in this way that if say it is x plus y is equal to 10, many scenarios can be there. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. It can also be that 16 minus 6 is equal to 10. It can also be that 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. So there are many likely scenarios. In a case x plus y is 10. So in the same way, here we are to find the values of x and y which meet the equation. That is, the ultimate result is minus 42. So to find that, we will here form the table. Here this is the x, this is the y. So when we are to find out the two solutions, at least two solutions have to be found out. You can find out more. Even though you find out more than 2, that is 3, the ultimate graph will be in the form of a straight line. So first we assume the value of x. What we assume? Here we can also write the equation as x is equal to, here 7y will go to the other side, x 7y minus 42. So first of all, we assume the value of x is equal to 0. Let us see. Let x is equal to 0. We will fill the value of x here. X is equal to 7y minus 42. Here we will take another scenario. So what will happen? X is equal to 0, 7y minus 42. It will also be written as 7y is equal to 42, because 42 will be go to the other side and the scenario will be this. So y is equal to 6, because 42 will be divided by 7. So here y is equal to 6. Now we will take, let x is equal to 7. So if x is 7, then 7y minus 42, we can also write it as 7y, 7 plus 42. We can also write it as 7y is equal to 49. So now y is equal to 7, because 49 when divided by 7 will become 7. So what is the another scenario? When x is 7, value of y is 7. So what are the two solutions which we have arrived at in respect of this first equation, or the first algebraic representation of the situation? The solutions are x0, y6. Next is x7, y is also 7. As already told, when we are to write the solutions, the value of the x has to be written first, followed by the value of y. Then again value of x is to be written first, value of y is to be second. Now we will take the second scenario, that is the second solution which we had arrived at. It was x minus 3y is equal to 6. So we write here x minus 3y is equal to 6. This is the second equation which we had arrived at. Now we will again have to assume the values of x and y. Here we form the table. If you form the table in the exam, the examiner who checks your answer sheets will understand that you know the concept fully. So now we will again take two scenarios. Let x is equal to 0. What is this linear equation? This is the linear equation. So now when we have let x is equal to 0, we will fill in the values. It will become this. So here minus 3y is equal to 6, y is equal to 6 minus 3. It will become y minus 2. So when x is equal to 0, y is minus 2. So now we will again assume let x is equal to 6. So what is the scenario? X, we have filled the value of x in this linear equation. So this is minus 3y is equal to 6 minus 6. 6 will go to the other side and will become negative. So what is minus 3y is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So this is the scenario, x minus 3y minus 3y 6 minus 6. Okay, so when x is 6, y is 0, you can also write the solutions in this way: x, value of y, then value of x, value of y. So now we have arrived at the two solutions. We will write here the solutions which we have arrived at. First is 0677, 0677, and the other is 0 minus 260, 0 minus 260. These are the two scenarios, two solutions. This is for the first equation, where now we will first form the graph with the help of these solutions which we have calculated. So now This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is x-axis, minus 1. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is y-axis. So now what is the first? First is 0 and 6. That is the value of x is 0 and value of y is 6. So the first point is this. Now the second is 7, 7. Value of x 7, value of y 7. So here it will be like this. So these are the 2 points which we have to join together. This is the algebraic representation of the first equation. Here we will also write the solutions from which we have arrived at the point. Value of x is 0, value of y is 6. Value of x is here 7, value of y is 7. We will also write the equation here. What is the equation? Here the equation is, what is the first equation? X minus 7y, x minus 7y is equal to minus 42. This is the first equation. Here we have to also write the equation when we represent the equation in algebraical form. Otherwise it will not be shown on the graph to which shown on the paper. From how we have arrived at this straight line. When we write it, it shows that this straight line pertains to this linear equation. Now the another scenario is x0, y minus 2. That is this point. Here x is 0 and y is minus 2. Now the another scenario is x6, y is 0. This is the point. So now we will have to join both these 2 points. It will be like this. So here we will also have to mention again what is the solution. This is the solution. So now we will also have to mention here what is the equation. X minus 3y is equal to 6. X minus 3y is equal to 6. Because here we are representing the equation graphically. If we do not write the equation here, it will not be clear that the straight line pertains to which equation. X minus 3y is equal to 6. So this is the first equation. This is the second equation. We have in this question, we have first arrived at the equations which can be formed from the given scenarios, and then we have represented the equations in the form of a straight line, that is in the form of a graph. Now the question ends here, but we will go one step further. If we were asked, that is there, it is quite possible that we may be asked in the exam to calculate, though it is not given in the question, we are going a step further. If we were asked in the exam to calculate the age of Aftab and his daughter, then what? Then we will take into consideration the 2 equations which we had arrived at. What was the first equation? First equation was x minus 7y is equal to minus 42. Second equation was x minus 3y is equal to 6. This is the scenario. Now what we will do, we can deduct this first equation from the second equation, subtraction, minus x minus x, it becomes 0. Now what happens, it becomes positive because minus minus plus, that is plus 7y minus 3y, it becomes plus 4y is equal to, then 42, it becomes plus, because it is minus, it is minus, minus minus plus, 42 plus 6, it becomes 48. So 4y is equal to 48. Age of daughter is 48 over 4, it is 12 years. That is, current age of daughter is 48. And what is the value, or what is the age of father? Age of father. So now how we can calculate the age of father? We take this equation, x minus 3y is equal to 6, x minus 3y, value of y, it is 12, is equal to 6. We can also write it as x minus 36 is equal to 6. We can also write it as x into 6 plus 36, because here it is in minus and will go to the other side, it will become plus. So x is equal to 42. So the age of father, current age of father is 42 years. If you fill the values of age of daughter and age of father in any of these equations, you will find it as equal to 6, and in the second case you will find it as minus 42. So we have here been able to calculate the values of father, of current age of father after 7 years, age of daughter after 7 years, before, after 3 years, and before 7 years. And we have calculated the linear equation in two variables 7 years ago and 3 years after, and on the basis of the equations arrived at, we have graphically represented the situation, and one step further we have also calculated the current age of father and current age of daughter. We hope you might have understood this question in a very simple manner. Now the question before us is, the cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes on a day was found to be rupees 160. After a month, the cost of 4 kg of apples and 2 kg of grapes is rupees 300. Represent the situation algebraically and geometrically. Here this question pertains to the chapter linear equation in two variables. As I already told that in the case of two variables, one variable may be x, the other may be y, or one variable may be p, other may be q. So here in this question it is given that cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes on a day was found to be rupees 160. But it is not clear from the question what is the cost of apples and what is the cost of grapes. So here we will assume the cost of apples and grapes. Let the cost of 1 kg of apples is equal to rupees x. In the same way, we assume the cost of 1 kg of grapes rupees y. What is the first scenario? Cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes is equal to rupees 160. This is the scenario first. 2 kg apple, 1 kg grapes, cost is 160. So here we can write it as kg of apples. 1 kg of apples is x. So we may write it as 2x, because it is given that it is 1 kg. 1 kg cost is equal to rupees x. So 2 kg cost 2x. 1 kg apples cost is rupees y. We can write it as y. So this is the 2x plus y is equal to 160. This is the first scenario or linear inequation in two variables in the first scenario. So now what is the second? In the second, it is written as cost of 4 kg of apples and 2 kg of grapes is equal to rupees 300. It may be added that either we may write it as rupees or we may write it as rupee. One, it is one and the same thing, because in India the currency was earlier written with this rupees. Now it is being written as this. So now we can also write it as 4 kg of apples. 4 kg of apples means 4x. 2 kg of grapes. 2 kg of grapes means 2y is equal to 300. We can also write it as 2 into 2x plus y is equal to 300. We can also write it as 2x plus y is equal to 300 over 2, because 2 from here will go to the other side, and 2x plus y is equal to 150. This is the second scenario or linear equation in two variables in the second scenario. So these are the two equations we have arrived at. 2x plus y is equal to 160 and 2x plus y is equal to 150. So now we have solved the question up to this point. Represent this equation algebraically. We have so far solved the situation algebraically. This is the first answer, the second. Now we have to find out the answer in respect of the geometric representation of this equation. That is, we have to form the graph. To draw the equation in the form of graph, as already discussed in our earlier questions, we will have to find out the two solutions or the 2 points on the graph which can be connected together. So now first of all we will take the first equation, 2x plus y is equal to 160. 2x plus y is equal to 160. As we have to find out the two scenarios, two solutions. So here we will write x, here we will write y. So now we let x, value of x is equal to 50. What will happen? This is the equation, 2x plus y is equal to 160. So here we will fill in the value of x. It will become 100 plus y is equal to 160. Y is equal to 160. 100 will go from here to the other side and will become negative. So here y is 60. When x is 50, y is 60. So now we assume the value of x again. We assume it as 60. What will happen? This is the equation, 2x plus y is equal to 160. We will fill in the value of x. 2 into 60 plus y is equal to 160, 120 plus y is equal to 160, y is equal to 160 minus 120, y is equal to 40. So this is the second. So what is the solution which we have arrived at in respect of this equation? These are the solutions: 50, 60. First this, second. Next is 60 and 40. As already told that when we are to write the solutions, firstly we will write the value of x, then the value of y. And then again, when we are writing the second solution, value of x comes first, then the value of y. So these are the two solutions in respect of the equation 2x plus y is equal to 160. So now what is the another situation which was given to us? 2x, which we have calculated, 2x plus y is equal to 150. Here we will also assume the value of x and y. So now first we assume the value of x. Let x is equal to 50. What will happen? We draw here graph, so table, so that we can write the values x, y. Let x is 50. What will happen? 2 into 50 plus y 150. 100 plus y is equal to 150. Y is equal to 150 minus 100. Y is equal to 50. So when x is 50, y is also 50. So we take the another instance. We again take x is equal to, let x is equal to 60. What will happen? 2 into 60 plus y is equal to 150. Y is equal to 150 minus 120, because it will go to the other side. So now what will happen? Y is equal to 30. So what is the situation? X is 60, y is 30. So what are the solutions? 50, 50, and the other is 60, 30. Now we will have to form the graph on the basis of the solutions which we have arrived at. What was the first? It was 50, 60, 60, 40. 50, 60, 60, 40, and this is the first case solution in respect of the first equation, and in respect of the second it is 50, 50 and 60, 30. This is the second solutions. These are the solutions. On the basis of this, we will form the graph. So now let us form the graph. So now this is 0, this is minus 10, this is x-axis, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Here we will write 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This is y-axis. Minus 10, minus 20. So now what is the first scenario? This is the 50, 60. That is the value of x is 50. The value of y is 60. This is the first point. Now the next is value of x is 60. Value of y is 40. This is the second point. where value of x is 60, value of y is 40. So these are the 2 points which we will have to join together. You can join these 2 points with the help of scale, and it will be in a very straight line. So this is the first situation. We will also have to write here the solutions on the basis of which these 2 points have been plotted. This is the scenario where value of x is 50, value of y is 60. This is the point where value of x is 60 and the value of y is 40. We may add that here we will also have to mention the equation. What is the equation? Equation first is 2x plus y is equal to 160. 2x plus y is equal to 160, because it will reflect that this straight line has been formed or graphical representation has been formed in respect of this equation 2x plus y is equal to 160. Now the another equation for which we will now form the straight line or the graph is now 2x plus y is equal to 150. What are the solutions which we have calculated? 50-50. This is the 50 and the another point 50 is here. This is 50-50. Where x is also 50, y is also 50. Another point is x is 60 and the value of y is 30. Here it is. So now we will have to join these 2 points. This is the point. So now we will also write here what is the solution. 50-50, value of x 50, value of y 50. Here value of x is 60, value of y is 30. So now we will also write the equation so that we can show on the picture how to which equation this straight line pertains. This equation here, the equation is 2x plus y is equal to 150. So now here we have been able to represent the equation or to represent the scenario graphically as well as arithmetically. We hope you might have understood this situation, understood this question very easily. Now what is the question? The question before us is, from the choices given below, choose the equation whose graph is given in the figure. These are the 4 equations and these are the solutions. 3 solutions have been given in this question. What are the solutions which have been given, or the points which have been given are the points or solutions given in the picture are. What are those solutions? -1, 1, here it is. Next is 0, 0, and the third one is this 1, -1. These are the solutions, or these are the points, 3 points. So now we will fill each of these points one by one, each of these 4 equations. Now we will take first equation, y is equal to x. Here we will fill the value of x and y. Here, what is the value of y? Value of y is this 1. Here we take first -1, 1. So what it refers to? In the case of yx, y is 1, x is -1. So here x is not equal to -1. Equation not satisfied, because x cannot be equal to 1. X can be equal to 1. Here 1 is equal to -1 has been shown, so here it is not applicable. So the next point is 0, 0. Here we will fill the values. It becomes 0 is equal to 0. Here it is the value of x, it is the value of y. Equation satisfied. Here we have to find out those choices where all these points are satisfied. Here it is satisfied only in this only one equation point. Now the next point, 1, -1. What it refers to? What is the value of y? -1. What is the value of x? It is 1. 1 is not equal to 1. Equation not satisfied. We have to find out only that equation or that scenario in which all these 3 scenarios come into fully satisfied. So here only one solution is satisfies the equation. We have to find only that equation where all these 3 solutions are satisfied. So we now come to the second, x plus y is equal to 30. X plus y is equal to 0. So what is the first? -1, 1. We will fill the value of x and y. -1 plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, this is okay. Now the next is 0, 0, 0, 0. We will fill the value 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. Okay. Now the third is 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. We will fill the value in it. 1, value of y minus 1, 0. So here all the 3 solutions are satisfied, equation satisfied. Here it is also equation satisfied, here it is also satisfied. So now next, y is equal to 2x. This is the third case. What are the likely solutions which have been given? -1, 1, 0, 0. Next is 1 and -1. So now we will fill in the values. What is 2x y? Y is 1. Then on the other side it becomes -2. It is not equal to. Equation not satisfied. Next is 0, 0. What is the value of y? 0. On the other hand, 2x becomes, it is also becomes 0. 2 into 0, 0. Equation satisfied. Next is 1 minus 1. What is the value of x? Y. Y is minus 1. Minus 1. On the other hand, it becomes 2. 2 into x, it becomes 2. 1 minus 1 is not equal to 2. Equation not satisfied. Now we will come to the fourth equation. 2 plus 3y is equal to 7x. What are the points which have been given? Minus 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, minus 1. We will fill in the values. What is the value of y? Value of y is 1. On the other hand, x, value of x is minus. It becomes minus 7. It becomes 2 plus 3. 5 is equal to minus 7. No, it is not equal to. 5 is not equal to minus 7. Equation not satisfied. Next, 0 is equal to 0. Here we will fill the value 0, 2 plus value of y is 3y. It becomes 3 into 0. On the other hand, it becomes 7 into 0. It becomes 7 into 0 becomes 0. Here it becomes 2 is equal to 0. No, equation not satisfied. Because it becomes 2 is equal to 0, whereas 2 cannot be equal to 0. Here, what is the situation? 2 plus 3y. 3y means minus 3. Next, 7 into x, 7. So, 2 minus 3 becomes minus 1 is equal to 7. No, it is not equal to. Equation not satisfied. So, what we have arrived at in all this? Here, all the three solutions do not fit into the equation fourth. Here only two solutions fit into this equation. This is not the proper answer. In this case, x plus y, this solution properly fits, which is shown in the graph. In the case of first, only two solutions are fit into the equation. So, only x plus y. So, our answer is choose the equation whose graph is given in the figure. So, since only equation x plus y is equal to 0, that is this one, x plus y satisfy all the points, that is all the points when fitted into this equation give proper result. The equation whose graph is given in figure is x plus y is equal to 0. That is the second equation satisfies all the points. So this is the answer, second option. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.